Let's take a look now at writing a function that will allow flexibility and I guess efficiency in creating a lot of these. So you copy down your key code. Now these are bar charts here. We could do bar charts and histograms in the same function if we like. And let's just get the code in there. And we want it all to be shifted. Okay, and when you're writing a function, you don't have to return anything. You can just show it. Now, what we want to put in here is the column. I'm going to go ahead and label things so it's clear. So the column, and you could have a default one if you like, like education. Okay, and then since we're defining the column right there in the function, it's going to be replaced by, the variable or the parameter COL down here. The other things are these different parameters you want to be able to change. So we can keep the default values. We could say width is 0.9. The color, I think we can use something like blue for a default. Edge color can match if you like. That way, you can distinguish them if you want, and alpha could have a default value as well. So the idea here now would be, since we have these default values in the function, now when you're calling out plt.bar, you're going to define width as width. And what Python will do is it'll look for the value of width here. Well, it's defined in your function. Okay, so it's going to see it right there. And so same thing with the other variables. Color goes to color, edge color goes to edge color, alpha goes to alpha. So a little strange, but with the left-right assignment, it's actually a clean way to do it. Now this rotation, you probably only want it if you have a lot of values. And so you could even have something like I think the rotation could be defaulted to 0, which I believe would be no rotation. And then rotation here is rotation. Okay, so that's a basic function that can work to create bar charts. And let's go ahead and test it by picking a different column. And to do that, we might want to look at our data frame, because if it's a bar chart, you want to make sure that it's a categorical column, not one with a bunch of numerical values, because like this one, those would be better set up with a histogram. Well, you could try anything really. Like we could try working class. So let's try that one. Some interesting values. So here I'll put in work class. And I can go ahead and run it, and you can see that it does show. And what's nice is you can see that we do need the rotation. And so you can simply change that parameter. Rotation equals, we'll just try the 45. And I think that color is a bit strong, so we could say alpha equals 0.6 to lessen it. And so what's nice here is you're changing everything in one line when you have your function labeled nicely. And now you can see you do have a nice categorical, well, it is categorical, but a nice bar chart that shows up.